Hi everyone, welcome to the CodeScript, and in this video we are going to build a bar chart, and the requirement will change for the bar chart here. So when generally how we draw the bar chart, in x-axis we generally draw a category, and on the y-axis we generally draw the value. In some cases, are di- if we are plotting a group bar charts on, then in that case on x-axis we generally plot the group, and on y-axis we generally plot the value. Okay, but in this video we are going to build a bar chart where the x-axis will be divided into uh, multiple group. Okay, so there will be one main group, group 1 or group 2 we can say, and inside each group we are going to divide that group into a subgroup, subgroup 1 and subgroup 2. Okay, and each subgroup will be divided into a stack bar. I mean, each group will be divided into multiple stacks. Okay, so if we talk about the result will be like this one. Here, if you see, we have a main group, group 1. Inside that, we have a group, subgroup 1 and subgroup 2, and each subgroup and subgroup 2 is divided into two stack here. But you can divide it into multiple stack, multiple subgroup, multiple group. Okay, so here it is divided into two stack, that will be orange and apple. Okay, so this will be our final result. Okay, so without delaying, just let's start the video, and let me tell you, for this tutorial, I mean plotting this bar chart, we are going to use Plotly.js library. So let's start the video. Okay, so for this tutorial I am going to use a code editor, that is an online code editor, CodePen. You can prefer any of your favorite choice. Okay, so to plot the graph we need a DOM element, and also we need to import the Plotly.js library in the DOM. So let's quickly import that. So here I have imported the Plotly library, if you see, and we have created one div. Inside that this div we are going to plot the bar chart. Okay, so this is the HTML part, that this only we required to plot the Plotly chart. Okay, let's minimize the HTML part, and we are not going to use the CSS in this tutorial, so we are also going to minimize this CSS part portion of the code editor. And now here in this file we are going to write the JavaScript code. Okay, so for plotting any Plotly graph, we need two variables. First one will be the data, that what we want to plot, and the layout, how we want to plot. Okay, and the third will be the reference of the DOM, where do you want to plot. Okay, so where we want to plot, we have already defined a div, that is a my chart, and here we are going to define a variable called data. Let's define const data is equal to, data will be a array. Okay, inside array we will have a data point. So as we discussed, we are going to divide into as many stack, that many data point we have to define. So here in this tutorial we are going to define the two stack. First will be the apple and the orange. So let's give two data point. Name will be the apple. Okay, and we have to define x we generally pass the array. Okay, and also y we generally pass an array. Okay, and also the type, which type of graph that we are going to plot, that will be type is equal to bar. Okay, and we have to repeat it two times because we have to add two data like apple and orange. Okay, orange. Okay, now how we are going to define the x-axis, because we want the multiple grouping on the x-axis. Okay, so in this case we generally if we plot a group bar chart or a bar chart, we pass a 1D array inside the x. Okay, but in this case we have to define the 2D array. First array generally say the main group, in our case it will be group 1 or group 2, and In the second array, generally define the subgroup of the bar. Okay, so let's define an 2D array. It will be 2D array. Okay, in first array we will go group 1. Okay, so how many times we have to write this group 1? Because I mean how many times we have to write the group name. Okay, so as many times we have, as many types of as many types of data we have, that many times we have to write the group name. Okay, so in this our case, we have that two types of data like apple and orange, so we have to repeat it at 2 times. Okay, so let's just repeat 2 times. Okay, here also in the orange, similarly we have to define. Okay, okay, in first one we have to give the same. Okay, in the second array we have to give the subgroup name. So in our case it will be subgroup 1 and subgroup 2. So let's give subgroup 1 and subgroup 2. Okay, similarly for orange also, subgroup 1 and subgroup 2. Okay, so now we had already defined the group on x-axis. Okay, now we have to pass the data point. Okay, so now for group 1, okay, and the subgroup 1, from group 1 and subgroup 1, what will be the value of y here, that we have to define. So suppose in our case it will be 4, and again for subgroup 1 and the subgroup 2, what will be the value? Let's assume 6. Okay, for orange, let's assume for subgroup, I mean group 1 and the subgroup 1, it will be, let's assume 6, and for group 1 and subgroup 2, let's assume 4. Okay, so we have now prepared the data that need to plot the graph. Okay, so we have plotted the data. Let's correct the syntax. Okay, now we have the data points. Okay, data points we all have now. Now let's define the layout. Okay, now let's define the layout. Okay, so const layout is equal to, layout is generally we pass as an object. Okay, so inside that we have to define bar mode. In our case it will be the stack. Okay, and also we have to define the x-axis configuration. So in x-axis, sorry from mistake, x-axis, it is the object. Here we have to pass the type. We have to pass, instead of the category we have to pass multi-category. Just add auto margin true to make it look good. Auto margin true. Okay, we have defined now the x-axis, and let's now plot the graph. It is giving one error. Let's see where it is error. Okay, it is saying array, we have to give a comma in between the array. Yeah, it is correct, we have to give. Now how we can plot the bar chart? So we have a function called new plot that's come with the Plotly. So let's write Plotly dot new plot. Inside that we have to pass 3 arguments. First will be the the reference of the div. So in our case it is my chart, and the second will be the data point that we are going to plot, and third will be the layout. Let's see how it is plotting. Okay, something went wrong, I think. Let's see what is the name of the reference variable. Okay, something went wrong, I think. Let's see what was the name of the div reference. Let's see. Yeah, it was the chart, not the my chart. Okay, so let's modify this. Okay, now this is the result. Let's see. Okay, see, we have divided into group 1, and each group we have divided into the subgroup 1 and subgroup 2, and each subgroup we have divided into the apple and orange. Okay, so that's all for this video, and please like the video, subscribe the channel, and also if you want the source code I will add in the description. And if you have any doubt at any point of time, just put in the comment, or you can reach out to me on the Insta or LinkedIn. Okay, thanks for watching. That's all for this video.